Yishai, and Ruti. Yishai is another name for Jesse, that was the father to King David, and Ruth or Ruti, the great grandmother of King David. So this is the place that we are visiting at the top of Tel Hebron or ancient Hebron, at the top of the Tel or Mount. Thank you. Hebron, ini. Wow. I wish you can take a photo there.
This Hebron.
Are we going back this way?
Yes.
Later we will take picture there.
I take picture there.
There,
With the
later. Hebron, Gata.
Khalil. Can you check any picture there?
This is not nice.
No, this one that's
The big one, yes.
Yes.
Hebron.
Yeah.
This Russell Jura.
We will go back there.
Yes, I know, yes.
Welcome to Hebron.
أهلا وسهلا. This
is the market.
Check the market, yes. Here, yeah. That is it. Bas terus dia memory.
Check there.
Did you understand there? No. The market, no, it's another way. Here, Jews, Arab, you live together.
Together,
Yes.
Gaber?
No, it's a Haber. It's probably it's a Haber.
Doon sa kabila may KFC. Yun, KFC. Doon sa kabilang side niya. KFC na tayo.
The place of KFC.
There, KFC.
It's close here.
In Hebron, the KFC.
Yes. No, it's the way here. You go to the Arab.
That one.
The market Arab. Here market Jews. You see?
Hello guys, welcome to Tel Hebron, ancient Hebron, and I'm going to visit, me and you, we are going to visit the tomb of Jesse and Ruth. And Jesse was the father of David. So guys, the place is called Tel Hebron. Tel Hebron, but in Hebrew, B and V, they are the same. Okay, they are written the same. So I can say Hebron or Hebron.
Okay. So that's the Palestinian area. And we will adventure to Tel Hebron.
This
the
one is
ancient city of Hebron.
the Palestinian area.
My beloved wife. And the Kenyan vlogger.
Hello.
Tara, sunod lang mga kapatid.
These are grapes.
This is our first time.
Grapes. It's my first time too. Otmat David.
I think they don't.
Tomat
Usually
David.
come here.
Huh?
People don't usually
Come here, yes. Hebron.
Okay.
Let's see.
Alright. So this is a Jewish neighborhood in Tel Hebron. Okay, picture muna. Ayan. Nandito na tayo. Sinabi ko na kanina, lakad na lang. Alright. So the large walls in front of you. Where is that wall? In front of us. That's it. Okay. Date of various periods starting from the early Bronze Age to the Abrahamic period and the Judean Kingdom Alright, we will discuss that later on. The Bible specifically mentioned Hebron, describing it as older than Egypt's royal city Tanis or yung Zohan, and mentions the city's massive fortification, Numbers 13:22 and Deuteronomy 1:28. So don't forget that passages in the Bible. The staircase adjacent to the city walls is 4,500 years old and led to the gate of the city. This is probably the location where the biblical Abraham made the first Jewish purchase in the land of Israel, a family burial plot which came to be known as the tomb of the ancestors, or Machpelah. The double cave at the highest point of Tel Hebron stands, a medieval structure located atop the Jewish tradition records as the tombs of the biblical Ruth, great grandmother of King David. Okay, so dadaanin nyo ha.
Now it's only a neighborhood.
Tel Hebron. The excavation. Excavations.
The excavation, maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh. See, there's a stairs
We are
going
blessed
down.
to
So maybe this
visit
is
the
this
place
part
where the
of
purchase of Machpelah
an
took place
ancient
or happened.
Tel Hebron.
And these are some
Yeah.
excavations.
And graves everywhere. See that one?
Great, yes. Wow.
It's only in the backyard. Part of their backyard.
It's a lot of grapes.
Yeah, this is the land of the grapes.
Yes. You know the spies, when they came to spy the lads, Caleb and Joshua, they brought Moses these grapes from Hebron. Yes. And they said yes, it's a very fertile land. We can
And then meron
go
stairs. Ito
inside.
na.
Eko.
This is the stairs.
Ah.
In it, tombs of Ruth and
And Ishai.
Ruth,
Ishai or Ishai or Jesse in English.
Ishai in
Jesse
Hebrew.
in English.
Jesse in English.
Okay.
The father of David.
Bathrooms. Alright, dito tayo.
Your gown.
Nako, this is what I'm
Masal to.
to observe. I need a photo here later.
Thanks, God.
We're the first ones to come here.
Ah,
See,
with the
another
tree
graveyard. It's that graveyard, but
and
it's
the olives.
graveyard. And there's no one.
Salamat sa mga nanonood. Traveling with us in the Old Testament
We
narratives.
are privileged to be the first to come.
Yes, Old Testament, footsteps of the Old Testament.
Sino nakakabasa ng Hebrew? What is this?
Ito po si-
Veronica.
Meyain Avraham. It's like a kind of Abraham.
Oh. This is the tomb. Alright.
Here.
Okay, so here.
Yan, Abraham.
Wow, these dogs. Wow. No, take care.
Oh, look, it's olives.
Of course, olives. And they're big ones.
Yeah, it's big.
Big
Olives.
Ayan, green olives.
Big fruit.
And also fig.
If guys, and the fish.
Ayan o, apago.
Oh, Lily, this is
Ito.
Fig.
Big fruit. Yung
Ito yung
kinurse
sinumpa
ng
ni
Panginoon sa
Jesus.
Kristo.
Because it's not...
pala yun. Ang sarap niya, nakapikin.
It was just one tree that was not bearing. These are olives. And these are olive trees all over.
Oo, pero ang
They're
dami.
big. Ito,
Yes.
olive fruit. Yung... almond.
Jesse,
Rimon.
the father of King David. Ine. a lookout. Lookout of Hebron. Tubes. Guys, you see this is a prayer site for the Jewish people.
Yung bantay.
Yan, nakita niyo yung arch na yun? Doon muna kami ni Ruth and Jesse. The father of King David the Great and his grandmother Ruth. Alright, Jan, sa area na yan. Thank you. So this is the location of the ancient kingdom of David for 7 years. So hindi na nila ito na uncover yung archaeological ruins dito.
I'm so happy that you're here watching my videos. And thank you so much for them that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you for your comments.
Basically, na-discuss na natin kanina. I already discussed to you the purchasing of the Cave of Macpela. And it happened, that event took place in this place. Because this is the very center of life in the ancient of time here in Hebron. Okay, this mountain, this place called Tel Hebron, this is the ancient city during the time of Abraham. So, when Abraham wanted to purchase the Cave of Macpela, he met with the Hittites in this place until they have the agreement to purchase the Cave of Macpela. Now, so let's not go further anymore about that because we already discussed that. So another interesting thing here in this place happened in the book of Numbers chapter 13. Book of Numbers chapter 13. And then let's begin in verse 17. Now from Kadesh Barnea, where Moses chose the 12 spies to go and survey the entire land of Canaan. So they started from Kadesh Barnea, and that's in the south. And it says, and Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain, and see the land what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be that dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds, and what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wood therein or not, and be of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of the first ripe of grapes. Amen. Kaya we ought to taste the grapes here in Hebron. Okay? Now, that's the season of grapes. And then what happened? So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rehob. Have you been in Abdat?
Ken.
In Abdat, the valley.
Ken.
That's the portion of the valley of Zin, or the wilderness of Zin. So the Israelites, they passed through. The spies sent by Moses, they passed through that wilderness. And then what happened? wilderness of Sin, and to Rehob, as men come to Hamath. And they, listen to this, and they ascended by the south. Now, basically, when you encounter the word south in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament time, it refers basically to Beersheba. Okay? So, nahihirapan yung nagbablog. Dito ka nga, bro. Punta ka dito. Punta na lang ako dito. Dito na lang ako. Yan. Alright. So, mas maigi. Hindi ka nakikita. Alright. So, tuloy natin. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Sin and to Rehob, as men come to Hamath, and they ascended by the south, or in other sense, by Beersheba, and came unto Hebron. They came here in Hebron. This is Kadesh Barnea. Alright? So from here, in Kadesh Barnea, from this side, okay, so Moses sent out the 12 spies from this area, and they started to survey the land, okay, the entire land of Canaan until here, okay, ayan, sa tuktok, ayan, pakihawak. So mula dito, in the wilderness of Sin, this is the Boker, that's the wilderness of Sin. So from here, they go there until they go to the south. What is the south in the Bible or in the King James? Or in other version, that's Beersheba. They go into the south or in Beersheba. And from Beersheba, they go continually to Hebron until they go up surveying the entire land of Canaan for 40 days. And then as they go back to Kadesh Barnea, they pass through again here in Hebron, and they pick up grapes, pomegranates, and figs in this area. Somewhere here. That's why Hebron is very famous concerning grapes. The best grapes in the land of Israel is here in Hebron. And then pomegranates, you can see pomegranates everywhere here in Hebron. And also the fig fruits, na doon lang we have fig trees there. So that's the situation in those days when the spies came. So let's continue the story. So, and they ascended by the south, or Beersheba came unto Hebron, where Ahiman, Shishai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, were now in Hebron, was built 7 years before Zoan, Egypt. So, when the spies came here in Hebron, they saw the children of Anak. And the children of Anak, they were the giants here in the land of Canaan in those days. Alright? So, and it says Hebron is built 7 years before the main city of Egypt was built, which is known as Zoan. And they came unto the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes, and they buried it between two upon a staff, and they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs. So that's why in Israel, especially, you can see the symbol on the tourist buses. There's a two-person carrying a grapes, and that represents Joshua and Caleb picking up the grapes around here in Hebron. And they brought that back to Moses in Kadesh Barnea. Let's continue on. The place was called the brook of Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence, and they returned from searching the land after 40 days. So 40 days they surveyed the entire land of Canaan. And then what happened? And they went and came to Moses to Aaron in Kadesh Barnea, and to all the congregation of the children of Israel, and unto the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them, and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. Now listen to this. And they told him and said, We came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. So you see, who are those? Caleb and Joshua, giving Moses the grapes, the fruits, and telling Moses, describing to Moses the beauty and the goodness of the land of Canaan. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great, and moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. Now, during the days of Abraham, this mountain is already a walled city. That's why we can see rocks from everywhere. That is part of the fortified city. And also, I think at the back of this house, and I'm not sure if we are not allowed to go there, maybe not. At the back of that house, we can see some ruins dated back in the time of Abraham. And we can see also stairs, and according to geographical discoveries, that stairs dated back when the time arrived here in Hebron. So Abraham passed through in that stairs to enter this top of the city of Hebron. So yon mga kapatid. So nagets ninyo?
Yes.
Alright? So, and then what else? That's why Joshua said, the cities are walled, the people are strong and very great, and moreover, we saw the children of Anak there, the giants in the land, the giants in Hebron, Kiryat Arba. We saw the giants there. And the Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are able to overcome it. Now imagine that. Caleb says, we were able to overcome it. Caleb and Joshua are very affirmative to conquer the land. The problem with the 10 spies, they are very negative. We cannot conquer the land. And then what else? They said, and they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature, or giants. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our sight a grasshopper, and so we were in their sight. So very negative. That's why, after hearing the report of the 10 spies, all the Israelites, except Joshua and Caleb, they doesn't want to enter anymore the land of promise, the land of Canaan. Everybody is afraid. Everybody wants to go back in Egypt. And they said, let us raise our own leader and let us go back in Egypt. But then Caleb and Joshua stood firm, encouraging the people, let's continue, because if God is before us, who can be against us? Why Ruth and Jesse is buried there, in this place? Jesse was born in Bethlehem, and Ruth is a Moabite. That's in Jordan. The question is, why Jesse and Ruth is buried in this place, particularly in this isolated area? Now the answer can be found in 2 Samuel chapter 5. It says here, then came all the tribes of Israel to David and to Hebron, and spake, saying, behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh. Also in the time past, when Saul was king over us, thou wast he that lead us out and brought us in Israel. And the Lord said to thee, thou shalt feed my people Israel, and thou shalt be captain over Israel. So all the elders of Israel came to the king to Hebron, and King David made a league with the Hebron before the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel. Now listen to this. David was 30 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years. In Hebron, he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months. So David, paki-close lang ito. So in Hebron, he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months. By the way, Hebron is part of the land territory of the tribe of Judah. And Judah is the tribe that owned the largest land inheritance among all the tribes of Israel. So, and this is included. And it says 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem, he reigned 30 and 3 years over all Israel and Judah. So total 40 years. Now, what is our question? Why Ruth and Jesse is buried here? Because when King Saul wanted to kill David, Hebron became the city of refuge of David against King Saul. So some of the great warriors, soldiers, followed King David, and this became their strongholds. So the tribe of Judah, basically the tribe of Judah, they supported David. Since Hebron is part of the land of Judah, so David made his capital here in Hebron in the beginning. So he reigned here for 7 years and 6 months. Now, it was not written in the Bible, but according to history and malikot na isip, we can speculate that during those times that David is reigning as king here in Hebron, that was the time that his father died, Jesse, and that could be the reason why Jesse was buried there. And another thing, the probability is he moved the bones or the remains of his grandmother and was buried also here in Hebron. So that's the reason why the tomb of Jesse and Ruth was here in Hebron. So, and then what happened? So all the elders of Israel, basically from Jerusalem, they came here in Hebron, pleading to David, come and rule over us, because Saul is already died, and they want a strong king to become their leader. So that's why from here, David moved his capital to Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is not part of the land inheritance of Judah. That is part of the land inheritance of Benjamin, tribe of Benjamin, which is the tribe of King Saul. So it's like a 50-50. You, from the tribe of Judah, reign us, but you have to stay in our land territory in the tribe of Benjamin. So that's it, mga kapatid.
That's beautiful. That's great. Guys, what do you think? Wow. You know, it's good to have a study of the Old Testament. This, I love the book of the Old Testament. I love it. It's too much. You get too much spiritual nourishment from the Old Testament. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much. It's Veronica, and I'll see you again in few days' time from the land of grapes, Hebron. Thank you. The grapes from Hebron.
طيب شوف كرتون 10 كيلو بس مش عندي ميزان. How much?